Nesta, before it was termed Nesta, and we spent a lot of money, £30,000, a lot of money, on a branding agency. Nesta was called Project Empower. That's what we started it. So when we currently log into our HSBC for Oz, our login name is Project Empower. So I just want to talk a little about empowerment, if I may. A lot of what we do at Nesta has the vision of empowerment looking outwardly, right? Where we're trying to create a business that delivers products and solutions to a community that's underserviced. We talk about financial inclusivity, and we talk about empowering that community, empowering the people in this room to invest in real estate, to finance real estate acquisitions. But sometimes I think businesses forget inward empowerment. And we try very hard to ensure that the team that we work with, and I've mentioned them in the opening speech, maybe a bit too emotionally, but the fact that without them, we'd be nothing. And I'd like to think that we give all of our team members the ability and empower them to grow as individuals. And so I will mention a few by name, but before I do that, I'd like to give the opportunity to a couple of young men within our team, lieutenants, to say a few words. And so if you'd put your hands together for Waqar Ahmed, if you wouldn't mind coming up on stage. Waqar is our Chief Operating Officer.
Thank you, Yunus. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salatu wassalam ala Rasul al-Kareem. Assalamu alaikum to everybody, and thank you everybody for attending. I'm the Chief Operating Officer, as Yunus mentioned. So if anything goes wrong with the platform, I have the name and number and the presence of our IT guy, and you can blame it all on him. Thank you once again to Farha and Rufal for organising the event. I'm not sure whose idea it was to get some East London guys wearing tuxedos, so we either look like clowns or we pull it off great, so I'm not sure which way it is. Thank you. I'll just talk a little bit about journey, because Yunus and Mohammed are talking about their journeys and how they got here. My journey I was maybe still considered as a boring banker, worked in institutional corporations for 15 to 20 years. And without giving away my age too much, I came to a point halfway through thinking, there's no way I can carry on like this. It was just too restrictive. I wouldn't say boring, maybe a little bit boring, but like everyone going through a midlife crisis, probably, something more to life. So I took a brave, or maybe a stupid step, to quit my job, waking up one day and literally having nothing to do. But for me, it was the right thing to do. And the next few months, actually, probably proved to be the most pivotal and important 6 months of my life. For those of you who are familiar with Asian desserts, I was selling gajar halwa to Asian shops in East London, together with one of my friends. And I think what I learned from there were a lot of very important things about myself. You can work with friends. You can establish good relationship with friends. You can argue and disagree, and you can still leave without a heavy heart. And in the corporate world, it was different. It was like you couldn't wait to leave until 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whenever your times are. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot about product development and quality assurance and all those kind of things. And then, obviously, I'd worked with Yunus for a year, and I've known him for many years as well. And he called me, and his first words were, "We've got our FCA license, I need help." So my journey started there, and I started off a few days a week, not knowing what I was going to do. And I think one of the first things I did say to Eunice was, if this turns corporate, I'm leaving. So we created, and I think the important thing for us was we tried to create an atmosphere for anybody joining Nesta not to be imprisoned into that mindset. So 3 years later, here I am. Probably the most stressful 3 years of my entire working life, but at the same time, 100% the most enjoyable as well. So the people I work with, I've also been very lucky to work with a number of people from around the world. So going on business trips to exotic places like Birmingham, Bosnia as well, which a lot of people have only really heard about because of the atrocities there many years ago, but a wonderful place. And we have teams, our team is spread across Pakistan, India, Romania, and really bringing everyone together for the same purpose of making our platforms and our business successful has been incredibly powerful, and probably really the best thing about this is the people who I've worked with. So, of course, thank you to Eunice for trusting in me. Thank you to everybody who's worked at Nesta, who's helped me discover who I am as well at times. You know, it's been a roller coaster, and long may it continue. Thank you.
It's the massages. It's the massages that have relieved that stress. It's the massages. Literally at his desk. So, don't forget your phone. I want you all to just get a bit of a better feel for who Nesta is and the faces behind Nesta. You've heard from